Da fofra obade no ede adom ye de ekoso o man Ghana de etwegu e wo man Ghana na ndede yi matena fidie m hanem si ya ebusua ye ba be pensem ye ba be hwetwe enkomo man Ghana no e fa ne ntoma pa efra e beboa mesaso e na wonso a wo hwe dwumedie wonso e beboa ye papa enema bebre na e na ekoso e wo man Ghana se ye mbie ya no yanka na ya ma ye mpanimfo ni bi ehu ni sesede wo musifa ebu o man na enya de a beboa ye beko ni say ya oh my Ghana after independence Kwame Nkrumah je fa wudie de ma yen adechi ade sa 4 years bia no ne ye de mampeni foforo etna so mampeni ne ba no aba ba ye de obetumi aye ne so at the end of the day no wo be free abemu no na chese ne ye fie akese ne kasa akese de ebusua na ne ebusuafo ne ade nyina wo manya wo mo hotam ne so ye ntimamufu ambre ne so a ye di kan ekosalai ede ye kokromoti ekopa adwuma ede ma wo mo no ye be wie chie no na chese kaprempo no ye nsa entumi enkai wo said the medical yashase and they trust me say hit no ano beye dinye papa because 16 regions ni nyina no galamsey enso eya de achese ekoso ukopie mo regions bi wo honom na wo ko hwese de galamsey illegal miners wo musifa ese yesuo say yensa ase na buhia yanka ho asema enya de a ebebo sa so na asojafo bi so no wo mato wo mu ho achim mrantie bi edufi wo mu amanipa ba akroso ahwere ne kwa ye berewere honum nyina no na ya twetwe enkomo saso na education minister Haruna Idris wode nsem bia babo nti wo so osisi ane de ye nuanom a wo mo senior high school no wono mo SHS2 no ade ba ko a wo ba be hwede aba be boa wo so be mo mehwehwe akasa foforo kasa bi te say French, Spanish, German, Chinese ni ade nyina se de be ye wo mo wie senior high school no be so wo mo ko obi memu na wo mo ko sua de a kasa foforo no ebetimi aboa wo mo ye be hwe ni nyina hwe se asema Haruna Idusu o ka no yade ebetumi aboa Ghana for anase entumi emwa Ghana for sisi ane so de wote ho si social media no hwe bebi a befe bia entokwa bi a se epegya ni mu ankasa Temale teaching hospital mpenifo a wo mo honom ne nurse fo a wo mo honom eni o man Ghana so ye health minister mentime wasi bi a se akoso e wo honom na metomebo a digest from the start baby a say this whole issue no sha se free ye need baby asabe ya me no ka say issue no aba be pie mu ye hu ni say ye man penin so is excellency John Dramani Mahama so wacheche pad amafo bona baso say pad na wacheche no yade e betumi abo e san say ye nkrofo bi wo ho no momuntumi ntopad. And the funny thing is people are rather condemning your former president Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo say wanfa de papa bia ambre Ghana for nembom no John Dramani Mahama ba ye ne de wetumi aba becheche pad ye be share compared free senior high school emfaso anipa bebre na enya and also pad nso e ba ya mema ne ade nyina so wo nsa ka bi de tu no why na obetumi aka say nipa we de mehwa wo Ghana for ho adwene pa wo students ho adwene pa ye betwehwe komani nyina e wo hanem say hana ATP so wo hanem si ya abusua what the newspaper review nenso ebeba be som ende mitinemu e de amami ankasa me wofa danso edwuma ne de ehwo ankasa nti emreduru say ya wo hu na eja wakọ no akwakobo nsem bebre na no na edwada obetira fidie hanem say obetimi e de aba be som sende ne de di kan a wo share showdown jumedi amepacho ye de be som na watwi bia Mondays, Wednesdays and Friday exactly 2 p.m. a live program intino ye bietumu edimo obi biara adwenhwe biara wo bia no wutumi ede wo de efa comment section na say ede ma me emrebe ma meto me bo na makenkan eye comment ebeba ni nyina so ede amam saso na nde enipa mienu ajeso won beba be kamensa e wo fidie hanem say na me no wo mo atwetwe enkomo eye eje brefo a wo no eye 10k NUSC NDC communication team member saso na honorable Opare Enoch wono so eye NPP communication team member wo nyina no ebeba be ka me ho e wo hanem say na chese de ekoso wo man Ghana no ya discuss e de afa sisi ane de ye woni say ye chief justice suspension no ya de a ekoso esefata say ye chief justice ye suspend no anase mpono wo be suspend na e wo so omutumi e de fa emra kwan so sa so e na ye be hwe de ekoso wo Temale Teaching Hospital, and also yebe remu was CJ and the suspension no MPP amanyoku ebeba no, would they be allowed say whosoever ye man penny His Excellency John Dramani Mahama be elected so no embra me your mind Ghana Chief Justice no MP before benya sa akwanya so omo be pamena na say wo mu any right no san koma nyina na busia ade a eba be koso wo fie hanim se me ametina dwam ede dwumedi ya so mo medin ne nana ya se o me hye so be subscribe to the channel wo subscribe area na se de medi kan ye no wo de wadwenche so afa comment section na se ede amame yenra yensem nimu ye kode am Mamindi kai enfamo enko the issue sabe ya menemo ka say trend Temale Teaching Hospital ene ye health minister akando na the genesis of this whole saga so as a strike ni ade nyina no abemunum menam social media yi so ena me hu reports bi amafo a wo mo Temale wo mo complain bitterly say Temale Teaching Hospital ukopie mu ewo honom a obi kra wo yare a yede na ba yare sabia honom e wosanka nurse ne a doctor fo a wo mu honom no wo mo tiri wo mani no wo mo hwe nipa no wo mantumi anhwe nipa na ma nipa no ahwere ne nkwa. That report was circulating on social media bushia na enya asem ketwa na no ena Temale Teaching Hospital mpenifo hu ye no wo mo si said the Musifa Eke can send me near there, and you say be a nipe yet ne buy any a car said there be young shano. Say ye need the ama patients are yet in Abba Hospital, say ye yet na honum sa one shren and qua aseminenta sa na nipa nanka samuno yet the nephew hospital baby for fro and a den about honum. Now one within about honum no PM or northern region there, not just say intensive care unit no me patch your bed a year 4 pay. Na saa for na yenso no wo mo de ne baaye at that time no na patients e wo hospital ho no ma saa patients e wo ho no nyina no na wo mo hwe wo mo into wo mo de ne baaye wo mo try wo mo possible best se wo mu betumi ahwe no but unfortunately nipa no ehwere ne nkwa na no so kra echi no kra no wo hye mochi a chese saa be kra de autopsy ni ade nyina ekoso a emrepa no wo mu betumi edi good autopsy report edi aba abontema Ghana fo nyina no etumi ehu ntini se de mo ka se patient ni ye de ne ba ye ni ye ni na ye hwe ya so wo nwu no asem no entesa na ye nim se ye edu ye health minister so minister Akando for some time now uwo hono ma ube wan say yes wo Bawumia hospital ha ube wan say yes wo call hospital ha no say it is there onu so hu sa trending issue ya chese ekosu and then dia no pa na Tuesday anopa wo tu fa no kopie mu Temale na okopie mu wo hono no wambo bia nkra wanto nkra nganjiro bia so we bia meba hospital ha no say for some time now there that is what he is doing and me ameti he there I am never going to condemn that act because I have been to several hospitals as negligence no me ameti he mehu pain and also meton safre ATP I should also share her experience with this whole thing when it comes to Akando say Bawumia hospital how wo ko share niema ekoso e wo honoma eno de mentina fidiem hanum say en condemn it is a very good act. No kopie mu e wo honom no this is where the whole interesting thing no ebe mu okopie mu hospital honom ena wone a nurse for a doctor for CEO mpenifo e wo honom e twetwe nkomo na o said ye na wo mu sifa na na kasa no ase wo mu pese wo mu tete wo mu ho edigu ne so bi obi so wo mu say mu urinary a e wo hanim say so obi pese wo ye ne hu ye ya washroom e wo hemfa no we ya kire ne say wo hanim say afi okopie mu ICU no menso no was a machine ben na enye adwuma no o ma chen so machine na ye adwuma chese northern region ni nyina no the whole northern region on its own 4 pe na saa 4 no na patients a eba honom no wo mo de hwa ni ntino na ye health minister na say ha ne kakra na no obebisa Dr. Valentine awonom and ye head of the emergency Dr. Valentine sorry no and ye head of the emergency and assistant ward into one no twetwe nkomo no ɛna aka na oba be ka kire se kwan ya wo fa so a wo ne me kasa no mani enje ho na kire se patient bia wo beba hospital ho no bia se wo ba beja yaresha no. This is the attitude you people portray. And wo sure there be said ye wo si fa ka asem na said ye na yete hanom say na ye adwuma no se bi ye nim ye adwuma nani so. You are a minister mbom ye the respect no ema but kwan ya wo fa so a wo ne ye kasa no be so kire se patient egu hanom say nyina ye hwe wo mo no as wo ho odi anase wo ma pomuden no emfa ye ho eniema ntesa wa na kando sumu na ye osikum no say do you know who you are talking to? I am the health minister. Say bibi question na se nko ye ya me wo right ne se me de manu betu me wo right ne se me question mo e wo honom. Afi the health minister ye da so we ya o say see you at so what teaching hospital we yi nedi. On to me emba so sa na e ma ne so esan say emprepi no equipment biara wo mu hia bia se wo so wo mu di ye adwuma no wo mu provide sa equipment no e de ma wo mu. So when I sat down and I was thinking about it, I was like, okay, intino adie ba ko a ye health minister echina so a wo di yi eye CEO nedi because kwan ya wo fa so a wo ne kasa ye no ohun ne se said ye amafo report wa bonten se ubepie mo hospitals kra na doctor fo ne nurse fo mo honom no wo mo tete wo mo ho edigu patient so wo mo ntini wo mani emfa nhwe wo mo no ni nyina no eka ho bi ena ama ene o man Ghana no yaba bepie bebi a yaba bepie na enu echi no ena nurse fo ne doctor fo so say se wo si ye ya neglect mo de ende ye so ye ko strike se wo si we see you ne de ende na ye so ye ko strike se wontumi eba hospital na se wontumi mpe kwan pa so ne yen enkasa de a ende na ye so ye ko ahomeje nipa a wo so obetumi aye adwuma no betumi akwa akotabrim nipa na de na ba but at least e wo se mo hu ne se a nurse fo ne a doctor fo wo mo should wo mo kwato honom e de share amanfo a wo mo yare into whatever respect bi a wo mo deserve bia no e wo se wo mo tumi edema wo mo na Adam a wo no e na ye CEO a chese health minister suspending no the reporter na circulating coming from the Ghana Medical Association won so mo de wo mo ni se akano health minister as o abuse power as ye de tumi a hye ne nsantini de ohun ni se de opeso wo ye ne hu bia no en wo be ye to end strike ne de wo mu chinemu ankasa na ebusha bi fansa no wo mo be ko strike no wo mu place things be down say health minister person wo mu ba wo mu be ye adwuma de ende na saa ne ma ni nyina no wo mu provide enfama wo mu meto mebo na chese mewidi eniema chese wo mu de tu dwa ni nyina no na enu achi no me hu say health minister so aba abanti aba be kaso wo man Ghana ye ena wo no de wo hwehwe nti obi a ne buefu obi a wodi ya oni ade obi afa na kodie ngu honom wo mu nko back to the hospital no wo mu ko ye adwuma asat enra Thursday na videos nso na circulate on social media no so from other media houses no patients a wo makọ hono mank wo mokọ akọja yarese na so mko pie mu hono chese wo bie ni hono ya tutu bebie mu and this whole thing I think say Ghana Medical Association they are very united and they are mechanism because they feel it is an abuse of power into what they are expecting say your health minister be yen so obeba be pacho me who say your former health minister so ababonti ababe kasa say aka no ndi so no kro ne na kasa wo phone so dada say wonja bibie mu onto nsanfre wo mu free thermal mbepie mu wo Accra ono wo mu ntena se wo mu ndidi nkomo ne ade I am sorry na je say etuontwa ba ma mentu mebo na menkenkan list ne ama je say Ghana Medical Association wo mu so wo mu hia ansana won be san ko hospital honom akwa ye adwuma metume bo na makenkan ni nyina no de amam de edi kan won say unqualified apologies from the Minister of Health Kwabena Minta Akando and the Member of Parliament for Tamale North constituency Al-Hassan Saibu should be rendered to Dr. Valentine, all doctors of the Tamale Teaching Hospital and staff of the Accident and Emergency Department. We shall resume provision of emergency and outpatient services after we receive appropriate apologies. Chese womo je umbepa womo chowa chese pacho we de kire se wapa womo chow ye papa womo buatu womo yema enya de chese strike no womo be calling it off. De tosumiensan the management of the hospital should ensure that the following are available in short term for us to work effectively. One man listing here maybe a woman here, woman say, "Kosise woman benya sani man, woman nya yedia woman management of the hospital ensure say sani man nyina no. Ye health minister will provide it and san woman be ko honum say woman kwa akoye adwuma woman ko honum. The kind a constant flow of water through the taps for clinical work. Ensure the atosumienu a stable electricity supply in the hospital. The atosumiensa constant supply of oxygen. The atosonine provision of consumable items such as gloves, gauze, cotton, face mask, cannula, sutures, syringes, disinfectants, glucometer, stripes, and a plaster. Sanyema we nyina no health minister nso so be provide and san wo mbeko hospital wa akoye adwuma wo mo akoye constant supply of reagents to ensure continuous availability of essential laboratory tests within the hospital. 100 continuous vital signs monitoring devices for all high dependency units in the hospital. 4 ventilators at the accident and emergency department. 4 ventilators at the intensive care unit. 2 ventilators at the pediatric emergency ward. 2 ventilators at the neonatal intensive care unit. 2 ventilators at the maternal intensive care unit, 2 transport ventilators, 2 transport incubators at the obstetrics and gynecology department, 7 and repair the 1000L autoclave machines at the CSSD. That is the medium term. The following must be provided to facilitate our work: an MRI scan machine that does not use helium, a CT scan machine that has an infusion pump, a mammography machine, a fluoroscopy machine, a AC arm machine at the main theater, ABJ machine in all intensive care units of the hospital, and one of the accident and emergency department. 2 mobile x-ray machines. Na ebushia cha say listen dear, trust me, one kasa. Nenu na mi bisa me ho say, so are they trying to tell us sadia me ya mabubosu we kra ye first phase o mabubosu ni nyina no na cha say hospital nankasa no ni sania ma we nyina. And instead of your health minister, I stand to be corrected though, instead of say your health minister ebe check ya say sania ma we nyina no wo me provide, how are they working? Unless for near doctor for one more no a quite ben one more fast one more salmon for yariano. He didn't really think about that. Sanya me mabubosu now, not just a hospital honum. It's either say ebi wo honum anasesa, because me sure says sanya me bubosu nyina se bi wo hospital honum na nurse for near doctor for to be the year juma ma niama to me koshriye edema wo mo. I am not sure they would come out and then say these are the things we need, and if you are able to provide those things you better go back to the hospital. But say when provide this anima way come back to the hospital. Trust me, ebano a nurse for near doctor for they always put their lives first to save humans. Mami use the word some because me mako hospital me who some of the negligence. I'm not ready to mention any hospital though, but most doctors and then most nurses say I don't know, so almost salary in a man table say no a buffo say equipment to do a woman nyamfen ye jumano na up to Sanyama way na, and it will surprise you say it is not only government hospital na Sanyama way ekoso, some are private hospitals. Private hospitals nibi wo honoma Sanyama way ba na negligence so obi yare yedinaba. They do not care, and sometimes say we are in a hospital na ye bia doctor niya wo be show no. I don't know if this doctor say womu ankasa womu scan baby e bia person go twa scanner womu ankasa womu di omesi womu ankasa womu lab into the same hospital. a scan ediama say be a corner kocha scan. If you go to a different hospital and then you come, nurse ni na doctor ni no osho ne be catch you say I told you to visit this place into kohonoma. If you go to a different place and then you come back, catch you say go to that hospital. Na corner kocha scan na me pe e was a hospital no. I saw Kevin Taylor now o making series of allegations and also complaining bitterly say and mami bi kura won nim ne da won de no oboa sa nipa na this same negligence no enam so ema mami no ahwere ne nkwa. I am not here to condemn what the nurses and some of the doctors are doing, but eto de bia hu moma yempe mu ne yenka no kra ne yem wo mu ne sem ekwan eto de bi so a wo so fa so treat patients no enye. And also you as the health minister, you need to check say sanema we ya wo mu hia nyina no we provided the amount, because if you haven't provided those things, you do not have any right say we be hospital wa ba be condemn you bia. Imagine the whole northern region kakrake na ICU ye 4 pe na obi aba na sa 4 pe na eye no patient eda so a nipa na mode na eba no ehimfa no wo kwa akoda yentina sina yembisa ye hu ehimfa na sa nipa no wo kwa akoda. Sometimes when it comes to a position, I know some people abuse it. Ebi esi wa Ashanti region no kwa de na ejafo wo no mudum jei ye Ashanti regional minister ebra eja eto blue light hono ma regional minister be piem wo hono ma na one edum jafo mpenifo e kasa se na de na baby hyiamafo ne emehye na mumma mo ho ye ha na munko na munko dum no, and the whole place fire service e wo honom. I learned to say yes wo mtemos wo mudi dum ja no eye mienu inti se eja to ha na eja to baby fufuro na eja to baby fufura yembi say ye ho say himfa no wo mo kwa faka himfa no wo mo kwa nsuo, and most times e kura wo mo betumi aba be piem wo honom a na ka wo mo de ba ye no nsuo wo mo ye kakra bi. Say yempeni for they are trying to fix the country. Yempeni for they are resetting things. They need to check all these things rather than being in a hurry to sack someone. Pamna will be permanent. It is not going to change what is going on there. If you are able to provide the things they need, we're providing yama womu here the ama womu. What check is a baby okay? Not the end of the day, who could PM wohonum na the patients wohonum na woman the patients say kase anyhow woman tries to mobile patients. Then you have the right so be pamobi be permanent. But say won't provide any man from my hospital. Na say what na say empono Mimi we asia mi be frankly speaking ebusia ade ba ku mi chiri se nipa bebre wo honom na abeka menim nipa bebre wo honom na abeka menim. I don't like that. It ask the leader no de nanka ye fe nanka wo so wo ye ne say oh what on sa dia fresh CEO what on sa e dia friend penny for, why is this thing not working? Ade na enye adwuma no why no wabo na mane obo na mane na den na akwakosi mo put things in place eno sa no nipa ni nim say wo ba ye no na ba be di nkomo whatever thing bi ana say solution biara wo abese o de support nipa no wo betimi dia support nipa no, but in front media houses se twa ho no nyina ehia nurses nketu e wona wo mo ye wo mo clinicals ina no atu ho no nyina ehia, or you are trying to prove a point say oh health minister maba me ba ye no me ye adwuma nkasa. No, this is not how you the health minister when nya kwan ya fa so a ye di ye adwuma. So for that I would say, and I know very well he has regretted, because when they can provide some of the things a one list me bobo su nyina no we provided the ama wo mutino ye guso wa twen ye mu a ye hwe se whatever thing biara je say e course so e wo honom no wo mu betumi ahwe, because patients are still lying there in the hospital e wo say ya nurse for ne doctor for wo mutumi ko na wo mo ko hwe wo mama ATP akwaba ATP
nana ya sewa
bibia boko
yesu adom now so
oba de nadaro ma menso me when it comes to this whole incident koso wo Tamale Teaching Hospital I know say I think somewhere last month na ofre me Sunday bia na the same incident say wako hospital a nurse for ne doctor for wo mayi mobile ko de ahye mon so mo enfie ma at the end of the day you transfer patients e kwa din bedu kolebu no Confanoche no in less than 3 hours and I just say this whole issue I echo so then I'll be there
nana mama yetie phone ya hwefo ne yetie phone nyina kwa aba na sie ba no DC oye temalia to me no mama ni kan ko health minister oni krenya men kasa wo kasa ye no ye pani ni kwan se wo timi kasa sa even kro no be inspection na wie no wa chrochro ne me bi se obusa wo na wo do makwa akotena baabi na se kasa bi wo ho no ma watimi
ne wo
makasa but opesa wo kire se wo ne bossu wo na JD ye mayi wo se bla na babaye health minister opesa Ghana fo nyina hu a enye sa kwan ne so na se wo ye ne se na de besi bia ye bibia nsi a emuka ne
bibia nka papa nje trede
Nani ni bube chemi mi asantini ani asewa o se senka we ye nsi anka ekopie mo ne ma o mabobo so e bia no mo lakesa na ema ni nyina senka ansi na komo anka ba bonte be ka senka mo hia san na akade we ya ka menya sure senka ba ne be fi o mu sisi
emmom de
but enya sisi no ho ahokeka o ma sha se o mo de yesa de we nyina nteno de bibia hapena bibia happen sa keke enti dia happen na ye paaye but ye bad doctors ne nurses na me woni say no nursing training no na say tertiary no I say free senior high school obi ama ne bag so na me ko school obi a wanya F9 chains no what the protocol no what the school na at the end of the day no what the baba be nurse sani pano ne sympathy bia de ma ni pada sani bia wo se wo yare a wo cause unso na sa wo yare a ho why desperate too cause obi ya de won na wakoma kora ye wo ya but omo ni sa abotre na omo betimi di sa abotre na ka se de ba mi yare ntima mi nya abotre da bi sa abotre na bi na bebre na akoma etimi de ka to me pa de education minister Harry na Idrusu ebetie ye papa health minister ebetie ya omo obekọ nursing ni nyina yoti se de teacher training for extra insertion exam ka wa obewie ni ka obetro bi before ansa na wakwa akopie mo nurse because na obi a ye hu se we ye nurse enso nurse fata no obu okra ne maame na apiepie na pese ye nurse na madam fo baby ye nurse fata no pa
because nipa passion na obetimi ohumo jakura want to me stand but so obi e ko nursing yi bi enjo se na me so ma me fa me nko remu bi
what I say because dem de mani hu na me nko hospital nko hu se bibi se yesi but me ko hu ye me re ho papa se won se wo de hie da honom na oxygen esi ni so because e maintain me won se bi e ba enti no me ko tu oxygen na free ni so na se wo nurse na so ye doctor ni no abadaye wo ye ma na sa abadaye ni oyem eti no nurses for ne doctors for bebre na wo ha se ana me den ka to me kran ke you medical me nkan me ne ha me because omuni
adwuma
na make an o se apapa for no mo ye for mo adwuma o
emmom
apapa for bebre na akoma ne do mo ye mo betima ye adwuma ne tifie na chobe for no na etima fa wo ma ye do mo ye adwuma wo kroma se o my Ghana da bia me kase se ye kase ye tena se ya na ye be kona ma ye nana council mu nyina ba beto sa states are the same thing ebeko enti mesrada say ye penny for ye omo form na isi form na ne mebu ho no ma omo hwe ne ye mfama ye
mama share me experience one of the biggest hospitals in Accra a government hospital Hoshwankasa ATP
na
me yare ya rush me edemi akopie mu I'm just trying my best and member hospital ni din ya rush me dem akopie hospital honom and even that no ho na ye wo sister bia ye ne no kwa sorry nti sister ni ye nurse ni wo that hospital nti ase wo no na LDN and ATP de kan ye dem ko to general ward
okay
ye me free general ward ye se ye nsan fa me ko Ghana ye dem ko du Ghana honom Ghana say the way malaria and typhoid no any loss and nesifa kan bomu no I just say yes I transfer me back to general and sister it will shock you to the extent say me that time my mom my dad will be a free hospital ho na me da ho na nurse ni we ne ba was there be ya le was here do ko ha na sister ye do ko piem wo ho no ma was there be was here do ko ha na asa
obi a we yare
no sister say ye do free ha ne ye do ko ho no ma and you know the surprising thing ebra me koda Ghana na ye expect say gynecologist beba be hwe me o se me nkotwa scan no hospital ne scan center wo honum eye 2 na 2 no enkrofo eda honum a wo musu twa scan na me na mete honum no me sister that time we are also patients and you understand what want to mean tenase what want to mean jina honum nti I was say wo da honum and I was crying me just say me soon because I thought say me wu anesa thinking say anka amaf nurses ne doctors say wo honum no ebe show concern na ja wo ma rush etumi save nipa life sister me ma me ne papa ye no so de mo san fa me ba ne nkoto word and doctor ni no hwe me no wo ba ye no o say yen kwa abonteni yen kwatwa scan ono ne hospital eno wode ye koye ono ne hospital o eno wode ye koye na sister se be ye mpo a wokwatwa scan na wie mpo no doctor ni mpo be ba be hyew no eye bo achi bidin eno ti na me kasa na me kan sem bi se de ekoso no somehow no I would applaud the health minister say all visited these various hospitals without their knowledge but mesre so say wo kopiem wo honom na se bibi ekoso na se enkoye ya e wo se wo hye kwan a wo be fa so a wo be si fa address ne me yen kopiem wo hospital enko kasa na wo ne me angasa ye nti sa na wo ni patient ekasa na media houses e twa hodum nyina ehie nti no wo se meyi we do not do it like that sisi ano Temale teaching hospital and nurse and doctor form ko strike. One see media house bi ebe PM honoma e deep fake report kwa abonten say wo ba ye no kasa anyhow no. One san so ntena the same platform ne so na one apologize to ye nyina esan say ye nurse for ne doctor for ye adwuma was hospital no. You have placed our life in danger. Obi hu ya abonten ko beka say oh san kro for wo mu nja wo mu asem at the end of the day obi do wo ba owo patients kra ebe to hospital kra mu betumi ekunu fake reports are circulating all around baby abefebia it's the health minister where the me when say where the kind at the nearma but you use the word so we donate it is not your private unless you tell us say bia wa obotom sika and I would come out wo mu dia fine we the toss an nearma no but and ye obotom nearma dia health minister this is not donation. You went in the name of the country. You are serving Ghana into a was said yes say ube provide sanye manum ATP
nana yasewa
newspaper no den ekoso ewo honum
okay nana yasewa answer ne be rem newspaper nim no ye Dr. BAWUMIA ye Thanksgiving to ya thank you to ya okay I donate 3 million e dia my welfare. Oh MPP, wow. Yeah. And I think say every year yen ka bi shemu. Canada wo hine Japan akopie mu party office. The sika 10 billion the akwa koma party ni so mo san fan rise MPP amanu kwenti ye mo Canada hine Japan abaso.
Honorable Kennedy. Why papa ye nyina akra at the end of the day na mafu bi wo hokra wo mu. On first kembre ye ni yendi. Nene tipe mebua won fesi bra wo bra na MPP ye be kwa wie chie kra ye be ka cho se usi kafia be kra na de ye nti anu wo de ne 10 cents ba bonti unye ska Honorable Kennedy anu wa che bia ma ye na ye di na party na nkasa mu no wo munye ready se wo mbeba power eno de no kra but you say am for me so kasa ma ye blame na na do dan go ku for do ye blame wan onu ne ma ye MPP for defeat ye ye blame wan so mo wo honom na Dr. BAWUMIA na Dr. BAWUMIA so no no so say she wo se me enye se me ye cremoniti na me yari yo she na wo wale eze wo obi edwane te say yen fan hye wan me ya me ti he pa de obusam say yen fan hye wan ya one yen fan hye NPP executives de etohwe mienu yen fan hye na adodan kwa ekufu BAWUMIA nkwa no stand ye nti afia da is say NPP they need to have it in their cocoa say they do not have any flag bearer. Yeah. Flag bearer now mu yi ni 2024 no na abaye twem ni de yakọ amayo madwen so no ano pese. Eti nka papa mu ampa Kennedy ohine Japan you obi okura numbers. Nipa do no kwabne Japan ekura numbers. Nipa do na kwofo ni nyina mu nyina ka ho bi. Na nkomu nyina na da kwofo. Na amafo hu say oh ye kwa ni enim say bia mo nka mo humbom say you people are very united. Na mo kwa na ye fe. ma yama fu esi nchen ya akwatamba mo betomba o mi abuda mo betono
2028
people will still again MPP they are not ready to learn. If they are ready to learn at ATP sani ema we nyina no enkoso
no working na mama fanko ebua kwa eya abayo bia wenya 23 years eye ne boyfriend ne kunu ya nempena enye se wawale no wori na kwagina asole dem akase for better for worse nempena twie ya
midi bia akofu
ya na de ya me ya ne se abayo na wo foforo ati se 8 months ni na abrantie no kasa bi e baaye na se mentime wase bi e baaye se wanya eye brodo edwuma dia ma abayo ano ne na ekọ na homache na eja wode se kan awowo abayo wanya 23 good years anana akwaya arehosem ye papa na okopie mu kwara so a areho nti mesre ye nnuanem ma no yes remada wo bo se sika wo ye dede but de do be ko wo de na eja waye de watwe san
na be man age by
34
be man wo 34 no ba no wo 24
24 yeah
24
nesin o chain 10 years
ena se wenya brodo edwuma ama me nkoto brodo na me se me nkonti wakun
ya
eto de bi so a me blame awofo no
yeah otimi hu se background na abayo ni free ba no enye
and also
and unim say nipa na wonene wo ye no enyo nnoku no oh yeah
menim say nipa no wonene wo ye no
enyo wonene nnoku onyo nnoku no
na why ne
wie ye no wanya akanchoma foforo
na wo so be yes obi wa ye nka na chim asembode na so ma ya basu de ye duabo wo 8 months wanya akanchoma foforo asa akanchoma ni boma ba bekum
wakuni ya
8 months.
8 months.
Ne 8 months dey just watete mokona ma hono mi nyina ye. Na 8 months so kura de sanka bu fresha.
Is osa onyini ye.
Semo.
Onyini ye.
Awofo no mo so no mo mema no mo ntiti wo mu yie. Very necessary and very important too. Wo bi wo hono ma abofra ni so no wo di nsem no o se me be kra de me yese ya ne bubefu. Wo bi be kra se kai pa di be probi. O se me be de me gise kan free ni nsem a wo besu. Na abofra ne de ne santete ye bone ya jasa awofo ni bi di ma o ma mema na wo manyi no ma ba be da ne na sese satia pansan Ghana baby a be ma bi a be fa ni bia wo fo hia mema 5 emu 4 ye na sese wo mo be buweku ma so mo fa mema na munhwem nyeske bia ne yedi ye bia ya kasa ho so still ba man bi so hono ma be ma bo omo ana e omo de
no so obu wia no akrokro mo na chimayo de akada ko de se ka be wo era wa obe hu na ma me fa ko nyina hini na wo ko pie mo nyina so a na se eye soldiers fo bi enrada na yie ekoso wo eye kurom no ma yatin se abrantie bi na wa free mu na bra se wa unde wi a youth ni esimitia youth abrantie bi wana sa abawe bi wo a ye youth de wi a yesimi e carry ye ho wa ye na se na bra mo ko na mo se eye soldiers fo ka ba ko etwema eye mrantie a mudi eye efunu na chi a bokwa akosie no mo so ehye soldiers for atari na bra soldiers for ni hu no so wote an omo se adenti na omo hye eya soldiers for atari a omo nye soldiers for nipa for ni de omo dwane ye na omo dwane akono na eja omo shootu ya ekoka ba akoma ba ako efrim na nipa miensa so eda ye hospitals na ya sewa oja yaresa ewo hono na ya na mi pese mi busa se eya sa soldiers for atari no police for atari next ya no munya free he
say ebi wo hono ma ebi ye material sisi ano wo ma twegu mo sisi ano wo ma twegu wo hya soja fo atade mbom ne ye chi mbom dia sister Etiamra
okay
but one of the things so ATP mentias here especially one of share original kamuna nkasa mo no sometimes ya na officers ne fele say bia obewi aye
okay
then there mayemfo aso ukoshe police ni atade unye police ni ahye police ni atade unye soje ni na akoshe soje ni atade a ye chiwa wo mu betumi ni wedi emra betumi ni wedi ntia no de e wo se eyitimemfo ina ye aware of it and then we hu nurse ni kura obi onye nurse ni opama de no hye nurse for atade as respect bia edwuma no
okay na ya mama na wasena mama konkrate ne mountain so enti no ena wie mama fa daily guide enfama yetiefo ni ahwefo nyina kwa aba enfama showdown jumedie so na we pie model guide na ese miami crash ni mfoni eda ha se Vincent tafo MP ni mfoni eda ha se Chief Justice suspension ye man penny JDM ede amanono na wo ka se sa de asase media nya wonya de obeti ase ne no wate ase achina enti no wotebira asem no de akwa akopie mu wo ko na ye man penny JDM se suspension kra no de ama ye maame kra na ye se o man ye n'adwuma no mo kosoa no mo hwehwehwe ne nnwuma se wo ye nim na se wo mu wie na se wodifo a na so bepam na ye hu se ya mpa se wa ye de wa pam ba wa man suspension a wa kofa ni pa hofro so on nembe act ne de na se kire se wa pam ya enti no de wotebira asem no de akwa akopie mu wo court na wo kwa kratafa etoso ensia so a na se ensema na ye ka kopie mu nyanyine honom na soja force o makotutu ama nipa ba akwa free mu ana afenso nipa miensa so da hospital ejo mayaresa no ene kopie mu daily guide wo monso de ebaye mame mfa anko kratafa etoso miensa na abepie mu wa hase na ese nana ya wa ukunu ni foni da hase Malik ni foni da hase kama ese manasi catcher ni se zoom line for contract no se na one sign na se when renew ne renew china because sikadie na ese be koso wo manga ne mu because na ye zoom line for mo kromasi a obu won ma kwhwe na ye ni ma yesi ye ma ne bia be 1000 but enya sikadi e koso ntini ama no 250 Ghana cedis pe enti no se ma ne renew sa contract no
me hu so mfa so bia grofo bi Bastor Boys
omo ya
Ghana zoom live
oh na no omo ya die
Bastor Boys ukopie mu nkremante ma adwuma amrante yi ebo wo ho no
na tin se last time we pie mu asansereji
no ena wo se ye di bi ka wo mo people who are ready say wo mo besom wo man Ghana enyo bia sa keke and at the end of the day we mu nyina be bre no ko fa peni adwen papa bia ni tirimu wo hu na nipa na wo bre ye adwuma na wo san ko mutua sa nipa ne ka no wo mu nye at the end of the month say na wo ka 200 300
ni dia show mo
nipa ne sa no mbom na wo mbre nye hwe se wo ye boss na sika kese ni na woru na ogidi
na FIC for na ka se Magdan abrante yes o mo hu ni se wo ye money laundry esi no ma freeze account and afin so akonta mine no miame papa chama wuntumi ono so na account no almost so ma freeze no mo hwehwe ni sikase mu kakra de aman na ye kamia kwaya se o man Ghana mu ase ama koke won sensem na ya agentrede wo man Ghana mu ase na napkofo na CZ 73 koke na efiti free napdalin ba o man Ghana mu ase ntene enye easy o Ghana enye easy ente na ukopie mu ye daily guide na se ensema enano pay omo ede ebaye enso enono sanso na daily graphic enso so ubepie mu na se pad won sensema ye ban pani abra na ye campaign se nyakopon bo na se ye to aba na de man nko ade a na wo beche pad ede ama school for JHS na yes for ni negos o say mre bi etwa mu busa akra bi sa de ntina one co school o say wabu ni nsa na woni sika o de beto pad nukura ni na diswade hu kase a ejina so kura ni se ken kami yes wo be ye ede ampan so so no ada no ene so lunch kama esi ano school for 2 million ni ene betimi enya sa pana na ya se wasase me ho eti se sika na ye de kokra pad no ede aba kromu ase ni nti ye de bie factory e wa hase na ya MY say debe adwini nye adwuma body nebre. I am not referring to our president but said the ATP kan no adwini nye adwuma body nebre. We are in a country people have the talents ye to me as sponsor womo na yankasa ye provide ye niema ukopie mu wo bi memu a. It is so wonderful kwanya womo fa so kradi pure water robbers eye niema ba wo be pie mu meme manga na mu dia wo be ko baby ni ya to odin bola junction ye sa bola ni nyina awia ni e dia kwa akogu hodom ni ya pe Manchester dia tum ni e dia hye eno ni ade nti a ATP some years back somewhere last year na Kennedy ohine Japan
present ko be ba be flag bearer na Ghana for to abade aman wo be mampeni na mani agye hu ye papa because na ne vision ni nyina ne se eniema bi wo ho no ma ye krafi obi memu bepie mu o man Ghana wonte ase nti nka wonya kwan no ba be ye mampeni wo hanum se ya obe create factories na san niema amprepi no ye krafi obi memu bepie mu o man Ghana no ye tumi apurchase bi wa ha your finance minister okay the facts you or the buy budget or the buy what we should produce what we should buy what made in Ghana goods me srebi so me patcho pad na enra da wo mo cheche ye no was it made in Ghana Ghana hanum said wo mo ye pad no and wo mo distribute ye country baby a ye dru ye dwe niam bebre na ukoche wo rural areas grand kebusuan kan ye problem wo ma ba ohia wo ba no wa mani bi wo hia be ma so no the pad ni bi e de ahye ne nsa na aye bia be ma no the pad koye den be ma or the pad or the kwa koye den once there are people womunim bom ni na hia nti sanka rural areas ni bi kura no e no the pad koye na nka bi okọ distribute di ma wo mu nyina nka me ameti he anka me ni problem ye man pani ba o promise Ghana for 24-hour economy ene ye mbisa ye ho se 24-hour economy no akwa kopie sen 24-hour economy no da ben dan wo mo ba be hyase wo mo Ghana for ye hu 24-hour economy no da ben da and wo mo ba be hyase ya chepad and the funny thing is me who will be say ye man pani a chepad into no wa ya de akra say do the free senior high school ba ye into na rodan kwakufado sa 2 million students ye ma wo mo pad no na ye na do sa sikaro no de ye de and I say Ghanaians ye ka hu bi na pani fo de ya dwe di agro we are part ye ka hu bi pa ena ye mpanifo wo mo de ya adwi di agro I am not going to condemn it said your ye nenye there are people who needs it said the amount for beka che yen say free senior high school ni ye ntwem because ye wa wofo bi a wo mutumi tua school fees no and then the same thing to me what we still Ghana for ye sika kwa no kwa na maka na ATP to aso
na wakira na ya se wa ya die na wokọ classify to so eye du biensa na se eye chief justice suspension na ye dia ma no eye me crash eye Vincent odi akwa akopio mo Supreme Court no na se omo e de by na classify to so eye du wo so no ukopie wo no ma na ye MPB na ye kase ye sanitation no eye se ye pekwan foforo ebetimi aboa e ma ye sanitation ebetimi akoso ma ye hundie akoso ya eye papa e wo man Ghana mu ase ma me enko eye the Ghanaian publisher na be pie mo Ghanaian publisher so a na se NDC amanuko ni mu bi na edwala ya nkasa omo so mu pa adwuma wala commission ho no but oma ya emfa na so modern boys omo boy edema ye NDC aban NDC aban ba power na say omo ye omo ba ko edi ahye omo nsa ente na okọ the Ghanaian publisher obetimi akenkan bi ensoso ewo ho no Kratafe tosum yensa eye sanitation ho sensem na wo MPs no kasese de sika ehyema kasa ebetima boa ama ye kan say o my Ghana no ahunidie no ebetima kwananima kasa na se sika ye di ba be hyem ye tikromu ase ye sole a ni akokra eye mosquito net de abase ye njeje ye chiche no afiefie yentimi emfa se sika no ya gates mu a emu choki ni yentimi fancy o my Ghana mo my Ghana nye ya na de bia de tem sika pe yesi edi koye bibi foforo ete na koka de Ghanaian publisher obetimi akinkan bi ewo no Kratafe to so eye 9 so na se eye IGP yohonu ni foni da hase kama eye galamse won sensem ati se wo my Ghana mo ase ya eye mia me wo fa ye okata che free fa ati esi wo se oba be demonstration tinchirincha wo my Ghana mo ase ya eye IGP se nya dia obepne so amana ye adwuma wo kromu ase no ene ase pressure is abeto police for no so enye fedi agro
oh say ekoko to ba wedi nkunim to ase
wedi nkunim
ena baso demonstration
but to IGP ni police for ne commanders for mo kromu se be bia o katachi free person okwe demonstration no na ensen fata omuso mpe Jubilee House so de ye nye demonstration so ho enti eno no nti na eja ase na ama police for na say pressure bi ase aso Japan wo mapampem na CDM for enso so na to be left and right and kasa de mani e man pani JDM say suspension is or there my ma chief justice ye hu hia ensem fata we hu hia nu kwan say eja o my ma me suspension sa ma me kwa the Ghanaian Times obe pie mo Ghanaian Times so a kratafe to so dumienu no na say world malaria day na ekoso e wo my Ghana mo na professor Benka ni foni da hase kama wo kase de beboa ama malaria etu atese e wo my Ghana mo se disika ankasa ebehjem ama bibia timi atoso ya kade bebre na wo hon ma ye behia no my Ghana mo se nu betima boa ama malaria timi etu ase ankasa e wo my Ghana mo se na obakata fe toso enan ni so na se zoom lion fo ya ena omoda hase ya se omo se ka ye mampani JDM se aban dada no omodo omoka 1.2 billion ento obesere omada se omo betwa no omode de ombeye eda bo my Ghana fa ntoma pefra bia no omo bekoso no maye sanso na okokata fe to so du 9 ni so na se mampani JDM ni foni ena da hase ya se pa de won sensema na ya se wa na ye ka no ese eno so wa hase sanso na DVLA for so Malanchi National Community out lunch bia say o ma to mo gu mountain so so mo ye adwuma nkasa wo o my Ghana mu so mo be adwuma nti so national lands is wo amesra wada drivers for no mo nhwe se mo be ye ni ansa na mati asi abontin so Mami fanko the custodian owe pie mo go the custodian so anese okata chefri fa ni phone ni da shoro ase kama menim so Roman father dia na galamse won sensema demonstration na wo ba be ya police for na se pressure ba be to mo so no the custodian de baaye ene anopay sanso na ye krata fa to so miensa mama Samira BAWUMIA ni phone ni da hase na ye se ye rank pa omo ma be ye second lady and as first lady will crew ma say no mama Samira and now upon the home modern papa you left and right na baby biano what made no ho hye ma brakwana ni crew campaign no de no ho hyemu ma bibia be successful into no mo bo na pastor research aba no say wo bo no modern de man pipi amanuku no papa enye fedi agro sanso na GJ ablaste OSP onto na nyone mame as a time nuko
wa ankwa o se ma say me dey
me so na me ko na GJ blaste ne say de kwan ya wo foso ne nsentrofo bi nyema bi nani enje ho to wonhwe na wonyai saade no enso so na CDM for enso na kasa wa hase na obepie mu hase ya chief justice ni foni eda hase na afeso omo hwehwe chief justice ni fo ni nsem nim no omo so foni eda hase na chief justice CDM for ka kiro mo se petition amotam de koma John Dramani Mahama se niema miense bi wo na mugina so na mo de apamo ma obesra o mada se omo be hwehwe nsem no pepepe no mama kroye ankasa abana no kredie aba wo chief justice mihuni se chief justice kwa wo ya amanfo ya pan na ya se okay na think say your time na ya so anisa enti mame for the new center enfa ensole so ne so na so kata chefri fa yesi say wadi nkunim ti no galam say won system no me the demonstration no be kwosho de obetima to ne nsa de afre me na eja metima ba be ka ho bi so na eja nyina ya kwa kotwi spele de ne demonstration no cause galam say no say yensa say niema bebre na kasa e wo my Ghana mo sans na Samira ne so na boss boy so mo born say wa born ho modern papa ebra say ebra obeye second lady no na se wabon homoden de ama MPP amanuku ntaboso body bu ho no ma se yetimi de boa MPP amanuku no ankasada na yasewa
okay ATP meda wasiye papa na mom Samira BAWUMIA de de nipa be ya no ye
no o wa ya de
adwuma wo bo adwuma
wa no homoje no
die na o ye campaign do ye
and asama omokafa ne ku ni nyina hokra no emu na bem e ma ne koso a ekoye we etino nana ya sewa ma men sorry na fa de aka nyina so efa to aso e ma yetiefo ni ahwefo adane de nyina omoje bre showdown jumudi
okay ATP be da wonso asi ye papa na ebusua me what biggest question be a maybe sir na the biggest question and say we are NPP ni a anasa we are NDC ni anakwa de wuni party bia NPP 2024 election a wo mu lose ye no is it because say His Excellency your former Vice President Dr. Alhaji Muhammadu BAWUMIA we ye kremoni eno no ka ho bi eno lose e 2024 election na for adwenche no efa comment section na say e ma me mejebre na makenkan ni nyina no me sha ase no me ka twem say e ya ade a chese e jebrafo no ye 10K NUST NDC communication team member wobeba be kame ho e wo fidiem hanu say saso e na honorable Opare Enoch a wono so eye NPP communication team member wo nyina no beba be kame ho e wo fidiem hanu say na eja enkwama twetwe ahodro de ekoso wo man Ghana de nde CJ ne suspension ho nsensem ni ade BAWUMIA ho nsensem Tamale Teaching Hospital de ekoso ne other matters ni nyina no yetumi a discuss e wo fidiem hanu say na sawe ya me mo ka say de eye ade a chese NUST NDC communication team member we the kind aba be kame ho e wo fidiem hanim say ya yegusua e twen se honorable Opare Enoch enso e be ba be kame ho e wo hanim say neja yetumi e de enkomo hyehye no aba so na say de na America no make sure am say education minister was senior high school one or form 2 no what try in Czechia ye be wan say what the major foreign language aba be ka ho it is senior kakane no wo musua French nkwan sisi ane de Spanish German and Chinese ni nyina no eba be ka ho na the student bia no wo share subjects be 7 to 8 na at the end of the day no kura wo share de awie mpo no wo wie senior high school be Senko University ni say be yo benye adwuma ye mpo na busua na adane buachi bi edi mama me nua be ma kwa bashonko emfembra fidiem ha bibia bokode nyame adome so me ho ye papa where the 3 months in position mujimweni angaza
say sisi ano Ghana for ehunu emfasodia na e woso say omokoto aba edi aban papa na obi free amane ni
aban papa abade na aban papa abai na mo chepadi mu e man be mani ade nyine
wo say ye chepadi man be ma
anio
enya no kre
na video say circulate on social media is wa me boss kra etwa ni aba be show video say circulate
na see ano say opese o eye policy and say you come out with a project e say wo hu say project na wo dey ba no e wo enkofo e be serve omo and that's an importance kra anything unim say World Health Organizations omo series of report omo de aba e say Ghana ha e ma omo rural areas and that's remote areas and that's say be ma omo nkrase no wo mo ebosume so and that's omo nyamu period a eno entumi ma omo ho kwan e ma omo nko school no won di eya ha omo e wo mo school nsensem no eniti ni na aka ho e na era president Mahama ne NDC aban even the previous administration kra no ye de sa policy ni ba ya ye okay say be che pado krumu ai MPP sami okubeka say sakawa na era Mahama ye ne ade enti we no wo mo a part country part initiative ne be bo wo ne de wo mo te ase
I think I measure say kwa me di kan ka say men condemn that act because yeah rural areas ni bi honoma they really need it but we share not all rural areas yeah na me obi te say me say ya na say me fan say me nua ba obi okɔ school okumase kɔ school wan kran no 2 million people distributing pad sasi kana ye de kwakra pad ni ade nanti no na someone na say we should try and purchase made in Ghana goods na pad say nye made in Ghana
okay unse if there is a problem at hand sisi ana ye hunu say e mana ye nwanom na omo remote areas ni omo be hia sanitary pad sisi ano omo hia na sisi ano ye ntumi hot the distribution of parts no na yen kasi yesi factory ansana ya produce parts na acha momo eno kra beche won enti no in the best interest of the good people of Ghana na se obiano we can start distributing the parts now with further kind of say deliberations about so no maybe say to me as a factory a bit me am produce parts na see NDC big push agenda ya and as a policy ya ye be launching e be provide initiative ya to me SCC factories bebre I be to me they produce made in Ghana goods no enti we so e kan ho
I dey ba ko say wo party bi mo hu wa wo shade pa na ni kwansan ka ba ne sabe so try wo be so be defend made me come as Mr. say sometimes you just have to try your best and then defend because you are part of the party. I don't know you know MPP for. Obi continue TV so Obi continue TV so ka say well continue won to me TV e ka say ma o mo Ghana nyina enko antenna ho no mo fa Ira Mahama nko na o mo nko sopa no sa won to me TV ho na e ho na chairman won to me ankasa etena ho e ka say ye vice president or this CC ano or e before what I say nti e no de obi antumi akotena ba bi anka say ye calling it to order say what disrespecting man as bibisa but obi asen akotena ho aka say ye fa Ira Mahama enko e kan say antenna ho na enko sopan because say we remove chief justice no you know certain things
say people communicate and e ka say could defend there e be di amount dey can meet as say bi o party no dey o ye na ensheda enjoy so na dan e sikona could defend mate dey o che na sepa
na share before you go to our main topics for today no education minister new policy or they ba say wo be Spanish ne Chinese ne German kasa ina wo ye schools mu no den na we ka fa
okay one of the best initiatives aban bi ade aba na education ministry bi ade aba because it's a wo share official languages na you use wo wiase we mukra na you can never go away like you can never go without say obey Spanish any sa languages no bobo no ewo mu it may be say ko baby intina say and as a French ya beka one of the most important languages in Ghana as time goes on no Spanish ni sa languages no the kan ever be boy with communications no.
Okay, so to you you but say additional so complicated mama
yes with policies there is no way I'll say while implementing policy you are going to achieve 100%. What I say after so be implementing policy no. Now when we say these are the pitfalls and I say challenges at the buy now what sign I should stream now what's near for it's a policy there it's a continuous process.
Me mbomni there or cast what shall say from senior high school too many dear coming quadia anka enye from basic okay. Because baby a medri number SHS2 if you answer me besua abede afege e was Spanish mu na beden kra na kamitiri mu and how many years do I even have the syllabus and so topics a woman so does into many there. I'm not going to condemn it, but Uncle Shasia free basic nimboma, bebua, Tissa said, ye, the French, etete, ye, yente shame, quanim shame, quadie, je m'appelle, and I say one quadie, but you trust me, say, and yadi bet to me a free mitrimuda, and I say, Comma Sava. And what I was a Sabbath Rebbe Messi. Well, ya no near fitty young collar bremen, no, I come with Trimua. Nasabre will bet Remechan, who she, who, yeah. The reason that maybe a French and started from basic and say, "Oh, countries are actually Francophone countries."
It's in there and who be here. Saying that who PF Ghana, who PF who see border and so on when you be able to communicate. But with the Spanish and other languages, you know, and no wouldn't be language. I would say by force. I would say who be a woman be for communication purposes.
Okay, and your topics anymore. CJ suspension, rule of law must be respected in removal process. Ghana Bar Association. Eden abeka di affair no.
Edi kan meda wasina mechia wetie fo nyina. Na masan de inchia so nkwa ma President John Dramani Mahama. Ene mi am boss honorable one we Sadata no parliamentary candidate for Forikoma. Okay. Sisi ano. Nyame adom obetumi abaye MC for Ikro na mensan enkasa me vice president e wo think university.
Oh wow
me French aso nkoma me president me executives ne me members nyina with the issue of Ghana Bar Association omo comment on my Chief Justice removal no. I think it's perfect.
Okay.
Because meridi omolete no. And then omolete ni na it's focused on say President Mahama enhwe na onye like on respect rule of law no. And as mrani edibu man no. Onhwe so pepepe na on fanye the process no. And that's what President Mahama has done. And you know I commend President Mahama on say or share process no so now odi remove Chief Justice no. And the Ghana Bar Association comment and answer how they see the process no there. I don't think say BBI was say you discuss it on. Okay.
No, if you say we shouldn't discuss too much about it, what I have learned so far, I mean, I am not a lawyer, I mean, call law school, but this whole Chief Justice issue by mediate several times. Nipa miensa, ene petition say niema bi ekoso a sa niema na ekoso no entwa ye. Eno nti no wo mo sere ye mampani say won hwehwe mu. Ba se mampani hwehwe Chief Justice musemeti hei na medwuma wura obi aba be reporter man say me ye niema bi a entwa ye medwuma wura what the right so be investigation on me but so be investigation on me a na se wo ka chem say nu nti no we gina so e dia suspend me menkona menko tenafie na yen hwehwemu a you it looks as if wo pame me prekope because adie kra ye ka che say maye you do not have an evidence say ye no kra say maye. Okay, so where is the evidence to it?
Okay, and so before you bit me remove Chief Justice no your constitution article 146 okay into one no say article 146 no say before say bit me remove Chief Justice no I will say president no receive petitions. Now petitions no we should have be a friend say they should have a prima facie case. Say be a nana ya say wa oti SCA na obi the petition abre boss say nana ya say wa oye Nigerian president akofa amai ni sika na Nigeria sika bia enye senka wofa. Prima facie case be exist because one yenim say nya no Nigeria president yenim say Nigeria president His Excellency Tinubu Ahmed entino say obi foforo assign the petition ba say nana ya say wa we adwuma Kumasi online TV wa be renting a private jet bia aka say on first camera say wo twetwe ne ho na say yetumi say nana ya say wa no correct say we adwuma Kumasi online TV na nan say kura no watu kwan bi the private jet because ya the beka say prima facie case exists what they say entino President Mahama upon receipt of petitions na nipa mensa de call ye no ye hunu say content of the petition no anko for wo mo eka say or like she went on a private trip and as a private traveler and as a personal traveler or they ne spouse and the husband the spouse and the doctor echo no no with their policy on foreign travel for Chief Justice no and ma ho kwan say we call personal traveler and as a private traveler yes into the security alone and ebeko okay into this say is area near who say okay the prima facie case exists and suddenly you are starting to
does this even run to the suspension?
Yes, it is suspension.
I have tried my best and 3 petitions I want submitted and committee be the things in details but my I am not getting
I have
from what you are saying. I think says Sami Jemfi or no woman I'm free and in chess worker say Chief Justice to kwaya what the number any idea no account. I'm still saying it's 3 petitions
and those were in the petitions when then Chief Justice Nankasamo were admitted to the fact say oko personal traveler or they in a way in a spouse and in a doctor echo until I can forward the petitions and her response to those 3 petitions to you.
Okay. So and one amujina so
and yes obi age ye be unconstitutional.
Okay.
It is a president person remove Chief Justice. I was say or consult Council of State and he did that.
He has done that. Yes.
And you know Council of State recommendations to by 30 out of 31 of Council of State members omu vote say yen suspend Chief Justice no enti bibia President Mahama bia in respect to removal or suspension of the Chief Justice no in line with the constitution and it's in line with the rule of law so Ghana.
Okay, ebusia for ye AJ Brefo and yate ninkanasa so na sabia menemo ka say honorable Opare Enoka ono so NPP communication team member oba be kamensa e ofidie manum sia me mana kwaba minia be ma bibia boko de oba de na daroma menso me hu ye papa 3 months in opposition there what is saying.
You said I knew easy there, but easy.
Okay.
Yes, you go so for inquiry. You say, Unyanko Panda Roma. She pie won't ever fa.
Sikano a bita wa mu opposition moody and I say Asan.
Oh, yes, so a bita. Your principles made you go up when we Tembia, we are still strong, even if at opposition, you're not so strong.
Nobody can break you, people. No, you are still strong. Okay, maybe I'll feel baby aboko. Okay, yeah, the Yankopo one say, Eja, yeah, choche and commodia fire topics in why Chief Justice Ghana bar for say Yaman Penny, Ebe in a few honum dia, one fat coin pass so and yen abeme actually now your shoe. Oh, in fact, dear Yaman Penny, dear, why ya dear papa,
in line with the constitution.
I said, dear, make a buy also constitution now we what they are suspending to one their body be any who of one so now once we back there now for home
me body can make us and my fa akonya so na menchia honorable lawyer Kwabena Boateng member of parliament the Meduso constituency on the Meduso constituency party executives and the party manina especially Ochikrom Kokobra electoral area almost 80 pa
okay
na ohwe said say yenua no mandisi for baba mu no they were metaka say when they were coming into office na omu use electoral process constitutional means na ye de ma omo akwanya so family rule Ghana na aso mo baba mu no ye so mu in wie no they are ruling the nation on constitutional come here say soja ban bi na say wo mo by the mrana echechiro man mo baba mu kura no emra kwan so na mo fa so bae na ma ba beduru na say afei mu ye madwuma se de sa anka me susu ye se nka mo fa mra kwan so na nka nsan fa nya adwuma na afei de ka me akoye se ma na mu bu no ase buga enya din bi ase takashibi
dajakpa fa ha no ewura ha
se dajakpa kro bondi ni wan hwe ya e ba be froze ya I mean fa me si check price se mi nua be ma se mi a wo kan ya abeye Ghana ha nyina asema sisi owe for Chief Justice ya suspending ni nua ba se obisa pa se petitions ya wo mo de ba ya e kire se sa petition ye nyina so na ebi kura suggest say ye fa remove Chief Justice a strategy. Okay. I see this as a political retreat. It's an assault to the judicial independence of this country. Say, ohwe petitions amu ekrama amode aba. Sa petitions mahu kwan. Say, ultimately suspending the Chief Justice. Even with mu petitions na ekrama sisi ano. Mu ni hu kwan say mu suspending the Chief Justice. It's unconstitutional. Say the yenu anu mendisi for ye no. Kamia koye say heads of state and I say leaders of the various arms of government and I know best almost a son keke asa nye bibia say ohwe yenua bema ya modena be reacting Chief Justice yenya de ne ba Supreme Court President Kufo right President Kufo nya de ne ba. This is telling us how much the MPP respect the democracy of the country. Eti yenya this new Chief Justice actano aba eti gene say Chief Justice no and as a Supreme Court no should be on political basis. No, say yet na sene ye nhwe na yanka ho asem ni ye din tena ho a o man Ghana wan hwe ya e be kakra rule of law na ye nyina ye nim no enya no na di be ye adwuma o man nim. Okay, it has very negative implications on us if you do not find a way to curb or stop these activities of the NDC. Mimi a wan hwe ya ye nua no mabu no mo so ba wo musu esua amanyose man think say wa ban ba power de opebia no
ubetumi aye
patente sa emra wo ho ye de mra na chichiri bibi biara untimi mfa wo pre embe ya bibia wo man nim simple Chief Justice no so betimi suspend the Chief Justice and I say removal of the Chief Justice betimi akoso article 146 of the Constitution 1992.
Clause 6 and clause 10.
How procedures we should take through to remove a chief justice, to suspend a chief justice. Suspension of the chief justice will be so almost say a damn pound and chief justice more suspending her.
Oh, what kind
the reason is the reason is that
family
before so suspended chief justice, no, you are not supposed to get the information known to the public, right? Until after suspension, no, the petition is out, and then we have had a response out of each of the petitions, you know. And the Wajia to me say, oh, this is what the petitioner is saying, and I did this, but me any say. Into the Mrama whole coin, see engineer so na yemfa and suspended no. Into me and Ekasano Sanka say, who say we need a political witch hunt, and I say Chief Justice now removing some motivated by some political influence. You see, the beauty of democracy is how you treat the minority.
Okay.
You see, our Wakase President Kufuor and the current Chief Justice, Justice Paul Bafuboni Eba, Supreme Court. Senka, Yebeka say, yeah, boy and call for an answer, offend this if one qua. I get funny because President Kufuor and buy. And you know, the decisions now say, the course we were minding with regards to Chief Justice suspension replacement, and you're politically motivated. Say NDC by 1992 constitutional led by late President Rawlings at the Bayern. Yede Emra about my muse yen fem bumai na obeka se yebesan etwa ye ho abumra ne so no. Unse okasa ye ntwa ye na odi e fa ne say yen fa ne say de ono kan e no kre say Chief Justice removal no e politically motivated. Na de timemufo e ka fa won so ne say. Nti Global Info Analytics post omo ye nyina na e kire say majority of Ghanaians F1 say suspended Chief Justice.
What I say? It's never true that some majority of Ghanaians F1 say yes suspended Chief Justice.
The majority of Ghanaians have no idea about what is going on. If you had used the minority who are so learned, I think I would agree with that. But
Chief Justice, they don't even know what is happening.
Okay.
But what a lot of people are putting in mind is say, a reset in India no more. Or my buy na
okay.
And therefore, young reset heads of various agencies of the country. No, yes, so heads and that. No, I already asked you what me young men come from Tamale Teaching Hospital. Okay. So, Osha, and Yama echoes who when you know a strategy. Yeah, first so the leaders said that and only in a few. But me about say, Yanasa, Nasa na buy way back power or buy. What workers say, well, I'm not saying penny for the agencies biano, or back clear woman if you another government about, or back clear woman if you are, ye professional people to run administrations of the agencies. On political interference, political loyalist be yaba, my funny see and yen sort no. Basa ye youth in a high. I've been always saying that beyond politics, there's a nation to build. We should not forget that as youth. Said the decanphobia or mamma yourself a coin. Ye mebuna ye bay Yesuya de kakra. Abefo, Nyema ba global world, we are all learning. Osha said ye, and Nyema echoes war, advanced nations there, so ready and want to talk more person Yesuya womana, and to say a before they practice it. We are still using the olden style. Kuku football ball the anima yam pass him out so on the person but say of course so twice money yes yam mebuna ebano any benyam sun
okay, but one thing I know is before the suspension it was known say before and no bet to me suspend no anya hwe kra no also to me consulted Council of State and he did that. The 5-member committee so now it was to me a set for investigation. That thing was also done. Into me personally, my question was: is it because of this method into a more suspend and now say ye pe kwan bia ye be for so ye be yi na free ho no but ye dey fa
and I must say a politically motivated and ka ye Chief Justice
Kufuor de ne buy
that's it President Kufuor do appointing the sombra ye yi free ho and sign kofa Chief Justice MPP are buying beside any buy.
Yet a crowman and go for MPP for NDC aban buy. One my one who decided one MPP for.
Now make us say majority of Ghanaians. F was to say yes suspended Chief Justice. And to share Global Info Analytics, one of the for post Magana. This is the chart of the buy. 52% of Ghanaians support the removal
of the Chief Justice.
Yes.
Okay.
Nipa 20%
will be initiating
nipa
the
20%
Okay.
support
Okay.
Chief Justice removal, and then 18%, you know, any 10% near say a bit more own need idea about it, and as a share any interest too.
Okay.
And so we have 52% of Ghanaians
propaganda,
maybe plus 18 plus 10%. I'm per se you remove Chief Justice.
Chief Justice. Okay.
And yes, a politically motivated. To me, for no cry per se Chief Justice because it's obekaya. Emra some parliamentary candidate MPs be or more parliament MPs be across the carpets. So obekaya ebe to abamu ho.
Yeah, I remember.
Now you say so across the carpet there NDC should be the majority. No?
Yeah.
You Rafferty Markins FILA rates Ekoma Chief Justice Korea.
Yeah.
On Friday I him say can I say superior court and I say Supreme Court
yes. On Fridays after
at 12 noon no. Our file rating Chief Justice receive here no by 2 p.m. Now I am panel judges are more better case ni so there and on the case ni so in favor of NPP.
So it's all a part of it.
That is it. Ni na our petition mo. Na me say petition am.
Okay.
Enti ekwan ya fa so remove Chief Justice ni there. It is purely linked to the constitution the issue of mine.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, now be say okabi.
Now person me can be say he was talking about say anka politically motivated and kayemfa the acting Chief Justice Simba. My main kind is say MPP government when we are in power we look at potentiality of individuals and what they can do at the various offices. Political party and the free movement. That's the MPP. So this should tell you that MPP will back power on things based on political party. All those political party they didn't buy. But Obama mining in a Tinadi or in the name of a minor. Yeni hana President Akufo-Addo, a creative special prosecutor.
Yeah.
But only Pabe no Kofa from the NDC.
Yeah.
Very good. President President Kufuor at the acting CJ in a buyer. It tells you what the MPP they do. Okay. Do you understand? Yeah, we are no crazy in China. President Kufuor in power no far see Dr. Parko saying at the Bayer minister. Akufo-Addo, there are various NDC people you do a mura in our administration. You share pano you may do betimedi near the number. Do you understand?
Not necessarily so yeah party
no. Your money you're running.
Okay.
Yeah, we are done with politics. So we are now on how to build the nation.
Okay.
That's why I said beyond politics, there's a nation we need to build. There's a nation we should focus. This any pani bit me a year jumano. That's why NDC no NPP no. Yeah, by my design pani year juma. So on person me it is say politically because of say Kufuor and then buy an NDC for ne use in political propaganda and
and say politically motivated. Thank you because Kufuor will be a kind of say one say NDC women's organizer and as a senior na a justice get to talk on a MPP women organizer a kind of say you call me.
Evidence.
And it is alleged to say now because it says
need basis
now Obi President Meba Udete Emran in Article 146 of the Constitution and stipulate to say yemfa process we so na yafa process ne so na after last process they won't say recommendations from the 5-member committee set here no my recommended say President Mahama suspend nipa na nipa na fasa constitution na so suspend nipa na now see any constitution as see how person yetu constitution ni go ada o person oye idea different from the constitution as no work say constitutional na
constitution
he is working in line with the constitution and the problem sign the same view
constitution is ba power mo na mo rule on man say dem open executive order most sign say dem open me aba ma meka bibiki to ebinka chief justice CDA chief justice no ya bibia to order down after the chief justice on baby odopa say you chief justice no yeah suspension or no ominya resign so onye bi
that is what I was expecting me mom there I say resign exactly you men ngwase enkan
dan ya o mesisa right after chief justice no bon say EC beba electoral
commission. They say idea that
I came here the other time.
Okay.
I don't know. You be suspended and I say electoral commission.
Rebecca Cherry say.
Certain things are dead up before the election.
Say you remove electoral commissioner and I say suspend electoral commissioner. And not just abina bentin or suspending the panel.
Definitely certain things went on it couldn't favor them.
Yes, any electoral commissioner they determine the power on your president for Ghana.
Very good.
So you can't say electoral commissioner MPP appointee ni sen ko be am MPP for every election. The Ghana for and the unipo person or president.
You know this.
But wait, do you think
you know this? Look at
the attack people were
giving to the EC
would maintain be frank to you. Do you think NDC Abai will maintain
this? Say be remove electoral commissioner. Obi and to me sorry and say or ye the ope or remove electoral commissioner. He has to follow processes.
I've forgotten the petition.
And to say assembly see na say Obi ka say oh this is the reason I'm a person remove electoral commissioner. Na ye shame na who say no cry. Fine. It is in the best interest of Obi or Ghana heavy as any betumi aboy. What I say?
Na you see
sorry say or remove electoral commissioner.
The final results. Her last statement was it is finished. She herself.
Time obey easy no. Enyoma odi gugu akwan mu ema enipa bebrehwe wo mo nkwan wo election mu no. A wo matumi aka hwe amfa ho. As see a constituency be friend e ka ne say. How constituency in the 2020 election, you deny for bebree say a moment to aba. You deny your right to vote. No, one month to me and your found at the time I know ye easy. Our two are so I did election way. No, that's a word you were Juma. Now say a buying for about. Say you been a
what's the function of the electoral commission? Electoral commission
or supervise elections.
Kukuni pane kukuni.
Supervise elections.
And your electoral commission
yes, supervise elections.
Officers. Officer moment Juma.
But so Obi Anson country be say a kotu aba kokun Obi Anson. Ebi at say one of them. Onjira Obane say Obane kophobia de. Ba okofa one will take responsibility for that. And to say oh now ye electoral commission or supervise election. Now say nyoma bi say yes. Na yentumi enhu hwe amfa ho ana say we refer as ana say considerations cry the buy no yentumi enhu say like you are taking actions against nkofo na omoma sa anyoma ne si ya na wankasa wunim de ehye wutim ana say wunim de wo ye
ba me mom say meti he senka e bia me MPP ni na NDC aba power na mikra appointment. I won't wait for them to sack me.
Ghana, they are running Ghana like
there are a lot of
the same thing NDC is doing. MPP, you did say.
There are a lot of people are MPP for they are still at post. A lot of people. I don't say
a gradual process.
I don't think 2017 MPP for court TT Supreme Court judge. Bobo no. NDC no. Yeah, crown near the constitution they buy.
Have done more than that.
Yeah, the constitution they buy. It's you name say oh this is how we rule country. Say the beauty of democracy is how you treat the minority. Until the constitution abano. You can say oh. Because you buying that's it. You buying also into no. You kone yakobo bi, you kone yakosaki unconstitutional.
Season of people's vehicles, MPP vehicles now. More properties raiding their houses constitutional
when they see
MPP chairman there or two TV3 for my and I pay maybe Jumamitieni interview with one of the stations and then now Okase Niviator will use 2020 I think it was in a Nanado kra ne personal viator what toy and what my JFK it's JFK so you soon for 2 years now or transfer the man who na Nanado near there what the car na suma the driver say on got top bread in bread at the end of the day national security nipa 6
national security who is the director of
nipa on one can send no more
but I say obi aka say ameti ameka say oh me makoto we na say mento ye no just matter it was national security ono no can say national security and then this government and so yeah government be listening government is here cry emfa ho say MPP ni ana say we obi awuni e party mu awo allege say obi aye we say we will level investigations into that ni who say e yampa say national security and I could in vehicles.
But wait, so say if you want to know, say car no use no a buying car na say you on one private car. Does that what run say you be fatu, you be fan be ma be to akwa show be fie ni ade.
When I go show be fie.
Oh,
are you not in the country?
Maybe so when I go show be fie.
Yeah, finance minister, we saw the same thing
in the country.
Now say
finance minister.
Yeah, former finance minister.
Now on one kasa no. Then I work afa on one kasa na was run if you then I work afa. It's after then you discuss assembly.
We are not discussing, but because of what you said, and nothing I'm a cheapy and also in.
So omoye ni don't go
Madam,
maybe so I want to get the case fast.
They rented his house to see
no one read it. Obi and reading house. Obi and reading house.
Wouldn't him say if
with this whole video circulating, whatever you are saying it, I'm sure.
Yeah, were you not in the country? Anna Jakpa. LD some people from BNI, a Bora finance minister fee without any permission. Because any CCTV cameras.
And
fee from there. Move free one. And I'm Musa Bora Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia.
Yes.
Ne personal bodyguard. Move
and also echo two CCTV camera.
CCTV camera. From there, and I'm call Bank of Ghana governor. Move run fee. Say more suspect say some sikebi gugu ni fee we are going to take over. Moko press can kwai. And I'm moko say niema. Just last week, Chama Buga V omoko die EV8, former general secretary of the MPP, Justin John Bodu. You ko arrested John Bodu Jeneka.
And I think the third vice chairman for the NPP, one also the same one they are luckily for him, you know, to me head in the car, bread in the back. But I think we write your topics anymore. Who say Inusa Fusaini still on CJ suspension? Was it future NPP government cannot remove a sitting CJ from office if this said CJ hasn't engaged in any form of misconduct? Now, just CJ ya suspending it or you're involved in certain misconduct. The next CJ MPP amanyoku no or mube yini sisiano MPP amanyoku ne ba want to me embe yini few honum.
Didn't know to me yini few.
So I see if that person hasn't committed anything ebe you to say ye yini few honum.
I'm make sure say Inusa Fusaini na asema okay. Chese is CJ no ebe yinu nyasa. When his speech will make here. Also the next CJ that will be appointed by the president cannot be removed by even the next NPP government that will come. We don't nyasa. We are not into that.
Okay.
So this is telling us that it is a plan to remove the CJ. But on a gradual process.
Okay.
They are suspending this year. Until yebenya petitions be yebenya propagandists, propaganda, they are very good at that. We were in this country, number one, make a choice, say, ye e-levy a free ho, na e-levy a hand crop for my name is here, and I'm sick as empty. We e-levy free ho, na, and I'm incrementing electricity tariffs, and metro pine. Peter,
robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Exactly, that's what they did now. It's a propaganda. They've already planned everything. The CJ will be removed, the EC will be removed, certain people will be removed, and it's a constant. That's why
the next MPP government, but whosoever His Excellency John Dramani Mahama be appointed, say on Fumia, yen to me, you know, and I make us a meaning say, ye mammy to go wafom, and nothing I want to
say, name your bear, my DB by or say, you said what? He said they have brought some investigations by my HSM majority of the
petitions.
The majority of Ghanaians are in support that the CJ must be removed. Which majority of Ghanaians are in support of it? Even the way we are removing the CJ, they are even saying that it's a bad thing that
who is saying that? Who is saying
the
that?
Ghanaian people are saying that.
The same Ghanaian people who have their opinions say the removal of the CJ.
And I'm also saying that the same Ghanaian people are
also the 1992 constitution. Yabano 146. Nina stipulate the process ever first so remove
can you
CJ.
tell us? Can you
it's a follow process Nina. and our considerations now say okay, you remove CJ. Council of State 31 members out of 31, 30 see remove CJ.
Now Council of State now can I
Ghana for so Ghana na Council of State appointment.
It's not by appointment.
Any election.
But Council of State by elections.
You know the whole region I say Omako electing in Pabako. Now Okasama region now. Or see the person is not talking in favor of the region. Now politically motivated.
Political motivated. Say election of Ashanti region. Yeah, Ashanti region election, Council of State. One would their course.
So do you see say each member Council of State member be representing region via ANDC. That is how you are saying it.
You can't answer there. You can't answer there. Now say you can't say Council of State elders no. Council of State members no. And yet to say be a one hour in here. And yes when your numbers ni nyina. We bet me at 13 no be at 25.
Yeah.
It is a can't answer a nipa 57% on voting for President Mahama. You bet me I say Ghana full na to aba NDC ana.
David.
And the say nipa ni NDC ni. And as a council of state, say when we
that is
it. That is it. It's the enfant say nipa no NDC aban and ya to abamana.
So they will make sure say
Council of State.
It's the other number more buying to soon. Other number buying to soon. Other number buying to still Mulusi election. That other number buying to Mulusi election. So what buying to so? No guarantee will say Ube we need election there. Other number more buying to when we need general election in 2024.
Are you comparing?
At the end of the day, Ghana phone decide election. Assembly elections are now. You can say okay, it's alleged say a MPP and DC and the name. NDC for Henry sitting in Bebre. Ghana, all those MPP net so it applies to the Council of State elections. So that's it. Ghana phone deciding the power more. That's it.
We should accept. Okay, and your next topic for discussion. We MPP ni, and we NDC ni. So let me start from where we NPP ni. Dr. Muhammadu BAWUMIA, or say when lose the 2024 election because say or cremoni. O minor ye wom no who ne say politics abedane tribal thing ana.
I'm exactly. Or say you ever start elections no. Before even the primaries, Dr. BAWUMIA they wanted to chip in with tribal politics. Say beya and within internal no can affect MPP. Na ke best line Dr. BAWUMIA ne emfa member because he's a Muslim and na answer CD. Okay. Until you then call election in we and they are trying to also do the same thing. They want to have influence on the party, but that can never work. Let me tell you something that Ghanaians vote based on ideas, policies that will help them, that will benefit them. Do you understand? Message out there more mono. And na e ka o makoma na se e to asumu a and no mohwe so dia to abama. Okay. I know na yenwa no matimi ahu se Ghana for no dodo na dada omo a eyeye nti ye befa propaganda kwan bi so nya keka nsam a e beto na koma so be dada omba ye ba yenye ene de bia so mo kan say we have short memory nchene e refi asem nti omo kan nsam dada omba betna power na afi o ma ye de pese de make say now they are running the country unconstitutional means, reading into people's house and all that. Dr. BAWUMIA, it's true, he did not lose this election because he's a Muslim.
Okay, so what do you think made him lost 2024 election?
Read the MPP, your investigations, your research, your analysis, the election is from within the Ankasayam. Almost 2 million people were in the house who didn't come out to vote.
Why didn't they go and vote?
It's a Yankasa internal matters. I used to cry. During primaries, said you selected parliamentary candidates. Inti menteme wanse kakra beba edu promise dia enye sa akunya bia no, and the reason why in MPP elections on so MPP here internal elections I know a hot which a chance a general election, but when the NDC are having the internal election I want to show you
because they are united.
It's not because they are united. One,
it's true, yes,
unity is in them. Yes, unity will but unity no enshada enye strong in say so far MPP see ho na so also presidential candidates ama the new patriotic party me no bit menya nipa be 20 obi qualify qualifications are the be mo obi obi ba wo bo ran DC mo a o presidential candidate omunya timi ka say kwa we pen or popular, we need whisker say. But when it comes to MPP, people 20 now be no mobile whisker. Now people are mentioning names, right? We are talking about Dr. BAWUMIA, whisker, OIDS, Brett Champo, whisker, OIDS, Japan, whisker, OIDS, and all these people. Do Cabinet Japan, it's a basa, and my tension about your prime minister. But that's compared to the NDC.
Almost one member say I don't get here when you now.
Mama Jai, Auntie Jai. It's not true.
Almost one member.
More member. But one person make sure say, yeah, man, I do a mobile.
Omo do saying
MP NDC bam. Reason in yan say, and I make sure say, so far you see what, say nipa 10. And I would almost say, young interview. Not yen should be qualified for prime minister now. 10 now being young, be qualified. But NDC, which means honest, will be free. Now can you probably 2-3. But MPP,
so why did you people lose 2024 election?
2024 election is simply because our people do not come out, and one or two corrections via Ankoyi into any man basa, and then this is only the propaganda no equals through yan for any hand check it or propaganda no more yan rebata yan. We were focused about telling the when near year near Jian say year by mistake here is and then you can say you focus on your Juma now say making sure say one more propaganda normal communicators in the day ban and can people also build the communicators you bet me a dear quack church or man phone is okay so one person said the 11 year the buy no more can 11 you want some say 11 in Ghana for a title in here for 11 years 1%. Patrol electricity increment tariffs and this is one but say how many percent 14. What the 1% go compare 14? Who can't you be say 1% I better the taxes so mobile money so I'm na you uheni bubruwa na 14% now the aban you be man na day. And say you be kunu kura flat. It is a propaganda we nyina no yan hwen die chiri and man e ba sa because ne focus nya wo adwuma ya yeso. Esan say obi aba no promise so say me ba be ma tablet ya obetimi e dia kwakosua de obi so say ono oba obema aponche gari obema headmaster no sika o de bekodwom akoto nnuane aba na maba be di. Somebody is promising you of digitalization, how the youth of this country can learn and know how what is trending in the education sectors. Abe for kwan so say be ya so free woman mu kura ko konya disua tete abenya metimi di aba abe ye o man ni yenu na ennuane so promising banchene body agbelima from their own presidential candidate at that time, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. That was the message in Nibia Okika. And the Eba Sana Osha policy, a nice idea. We believed in that. Say, bit me and bomb money to Pong. And the Adrian now was on your message at near Deba. Not in your so enamachiri, a propaganda hodo. Tine Fu said, dear M fat. A more propaganda no more than Timam phoning tea. They will listen to you and go say a year. But Sana, or my phone so propaganda no more not at all. Any public trim. And on a mind lose election. Simple. It's not because BAWUMIA is a Muslim. So because BAWUMIA is a Muslim, there are various constituencies where parliamentary candidates are only a Christian. And what BAWUMIA could be a parliamentary candidate.
But how can you compare BAWUMIA, a whole flag bearer, to a parliamentary candidate?
We are not comparing. We are just making analysis here. Say.
Okay.
So even though say Sana Moka say or a Muslim tine to Tiana, then what about constituencies in the Mayabenya? A total vote, It's a constituencies based. You're breaking it down. Constituency based, Christian parliamentary candidate or more. I don't think if say a true faith and I say a true religion now Ghana for the two aba. I don't think those constituencies, parliamentary candidates Christians, or man more vote and change flag bearer.
Oka parliamentary Christian candidates enya voter nipa me research e dina BAWUMIA na muneboye na prophet intim fojo reverend yes somebody let's see this reverend intim fojo constituency am I rain fi say independent candidate be PM wo hobi. That independent candidate no onya 10,000 plus votes meba.
All right.
That 10,000 plus votes na independent candidate no onya ye no. Osan so eye NPP ni during the parliamentary primaries no enema nko ye na ma ni free party ni mu and wo ba as independent candidate if sanka ni vote sa 10,000 plus no wo de ko ka eye intim for your 16,000 plus na aka definitely obenya more vote than His Excellency your former vice president.
Let me also ask you this question. So do you think at this age, at this century, Ghanaians vote based on religion and faith they are in?
Some do vote on religion.
That's never true.
It is true. During the campaign, we heard it several times. Oh, yeah, na aba. Yeah, kremoni na aba. Uma yenkoto aba ne fama kremoni.
Meba, into which in kremo Islamic constituencies and Islamic areas, no. I don't think I was talking about BAWUMIA Lusu elections.
Some voted for him,
but Olusu still there, no. Sanko yani based on religion. And northern parts, and Muslims, Islamic communities now vote for Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud BAWUMIA because we're Muslims.
Aside being a Muslim, if say tribe and so
and that's what I'm telling you, that Ghanaians are wise enough not to vote based on religion, faith, or whatever they belong.
But people said it's because he is a Muslim, we will not vote for him.
Which people said it's because
a lot of people. I am a media person. I speak to people. I go out. I listen to people's.
But
views.
I also want to let you know that Ghanaians will never do that. Ghana, you see, you're enough.
Yes,
Auntie, you sitting here, will you vote based on religion? Will you vote based on faith?
Yeah.
What's that policy?
I saw for Mpobe say yen to be makremoni emeye.
I saw for no musia on bayes. Me who say additional na omunhye dem hu sa.
Baby what dey afa.
Oh yes. Additional no musia dem hu ni sa because uyo bi a odwen o man Ghana ho. Na o man Ghana nkoso na o man Ghana kan ko da wakoma so a. Unhwe say nipa na oba no oye kremoni anaso ye tani. Na mum uhwe say nipa na oba no ni nsema oka or resources of Bobby Tim Dabe and Nsema oka. How does it affect the economy? As you sound so spend a benya was because the way you're suffering. That's a woda sorry I know. That's a one sorry man ubia we jumana so ya no kwa na more correction.
But you see, Michia MPP ni say I want him to accept we failed Ghanaians. That is why Ghanaians didn't vote for us.
No.
But BAWUMIA said when the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate was exposed itself. Sisi ayen share as at the time na MPP e free abem and niema bebre na wo hono ma na e ade ya pa na amagana fo bebre na edi yaw e wo makumem. Some of this added up to NPP losing 2024 election.
For that one,
and BAWUMIA was also part of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's government. It checking will be a one in Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo nam. Ni e share the akosho. Ninyina ka ho
na omo flag bearers hopefuls no and as a presidential candidate omo person ba within MPP one and now kan Akufo-Addo administration
no obia eka Akufo-Addo administration but somebody like Kwabena Japan you cannot compare Kwabena Japan to Dr. Mahamudu BAWUMIA.
So you know Kwabena Japan was a strong campaign person to Dr. BAWUMIA during the 2024 elections. So
that is after say
yes
so called PCE
but let me tell you say Ghanaians will never vote based on faith, religion, and all that.
Okay.
We should not even promote that.
Okay.
We will not travel politics your mother. Yes, NDC. Almost started from drop before say ever started primary school. Oh, BAWUMIA Kremoni.
Yeah.
One more from this is the current secretary now for the NDC. What's his name? Could you help me with his name? Yes, Fifi or say MPP will never allow Kremoni to be a flag bearer.
But it doesn't mean say Ghanaians. It doesn't mean say Ghanaians voted against BAWUMIA because of Kremoni.
Also, you are even saying it. It's not based on religion. It's based on the policies and the campaign messages are the
and the things the MPP did in government. Ghana for D yaw.
And I'm just saying propaganda be room.
He's not ready to accept to say the government didn't fail yet.
The government
is not ready. When you're ready, so be accept to say the government didn't fail.
Ye buy ye shebo see ye be but any nyane so man for any so e be buy ka say ba e be provide school buses be 10,000 and e buy provide 9,000 obi so hwe say And then I went to me and provided 10,000, not 9,000 pen at the bank.
Okay.
Oh, if the person who vote against you.
Okay, so he didn't lose because he
of
was
he's a Muslim. But because our messages and our campaign ways, strategies, you know.
Okay. Eje mami ntiwe.
Meda wasibio. That means Anekasa before I come to the main issue. Now we can say NPP for almost 2 million votes bills then Omanko votes yesterday. So Bekaya, one of the interviews of Honorable Kennedy Japan when say na why so as a yen say NPP for Mbu Ghanaians and I say Omon place Ghanaians priorities. Now we can say NPP for ASR because at the end of the day more 2 million votes be a bit me boom. Nti eden ya munim say eden ya mo be win elections. Now we can say nipa 2 million vote ama e can say.
Na is that 2 million na o man 2
million o vote ama ti o dey fa ne say o 2 million bi o man vote ama NPP and lose election because say o mo dwa NPP for. Nti say 2 million ni be vote anka wo benya say. Come we 20%.
Okay, I say 2 million here party faithful sir. So me a party faithful.
Now unim baby. Unim baby. Let me break this. Prior to 2024 elections, na serious operations at Ashanti region. Na ye perceive who the reason na Ashanti region no. Nipa no mo register no edoso. But se do election day na unhu nipa bebre yes, but say time ne soon as they declare na nipa na sen akosoro. The reason na say investigations no dey to me ehun ne say nipa bebre na omudin e voter register no so kra no omunye enkofo mo exist. At the end of the day no, ye trabalot in the gum. Quada so you intercept 500,000 people. Yeah, yes. Until after elections, no beko always will be a fool na ballot boss near staff bebre. Until maybe them who say we say nipa 2 million anko to abana enye right because the vigilance of the NDC. Our mutu share say Ghana for and I say omu protect ballot and then ma NDC every elections. Until 2 million our Canada and as a or can't the other and who and I say this. You know, say Uba and this Musu I qualify say Nipa Bebre and qualify for flag bearership position. Now the past worker say there is unity in the NDC and of course your motto is unity, stability and development. And it's also say Obi Ebetina say Nipa and qualify say Obe Nipa Bebre and qualify when this Musu flag bearers. Now say to make us say Nipa Bakupa qualify. Nagana phone na 57% at one. There's a wow for no qualify no mo qualify mo party no. The mo betime ya dia mo pe e wo party no. And you know. Na I say meba ho later. No ka say NDC for your propaganda be prior to elections and even elections. Me start when I come to. Now or can say mean so say electricity tariff I increased by 14%. Na NDC aban. And I dey buy
IMF
yes, so I am putting on record say May 2023 Mebao you see how you see I say what
the Ghana call IMF
it say any the Ghana call IMF and my buy na ba mo buy no mo say IMF o man the Ghana call the ohia any ahokyera ba it mo ba ma be research IMF
program na kasa end
why were you doing propaganda at those times
person NDC aban we have never condemned to say emma obi anko IMF and mo na mo beka say mo kura na mo beka say mo ba mo nko IMF mo na mo beka say mo ba mo nko IMF NDC ka say IMF program enye good
NDC for IMF before na
na mo beka say enye right say IMF
would you say ehun hia say baby o man Ghana ye do de bia nko IMF
yeah, I will not agree to that. But at this point,
ada bi no mo be da Ghana for. Say on my crowd na country ben ndeka we asi we mu. Country bia deka.
Oh, and never kin for ndeka o.
Oh, come on. Okay, that is an exception case. That is an exception case. That is an exception case because they are not even depending on them those advanced countries, you know. They are not depending. So that's an exception case. America deka, UK deka, Ghana for deka. It's here NDC for.
Be like that every time.
I am contesting the fact say I am contesting say or no can say NDC for and abe increase electricity tariff. And you know correct. IMF program amomo koye May 2023. Na Euro Kufuado any new BAWUMIA. Edi animu. Mo koye IMF program no. And na conditions they say 3 months biano. And I say every quarter of the year no, like every quarter biano. I was say yeto electricity tariff mo. And na IMF program no and na era 2025 mo. And she say you increase electricity tariff and now Momo IMF program deal amokoye and I'm
no 3 months be to bill more could say Momo buy and
not 3 months be moto electricity tariff mo 3 months be moto water mo 3 months be moto transport fuel mo it's now
14%, 14-16%.
So it depends on the agreement how they went into the agreement. Say this time NDC and I can say IMF into and I say NDC na can say into that is how no the program hasn't ended. Let me come into the main issue. BAWUMIA say he did not the MPP and also no more lose election because right. And then I mean member BAWUMIA but to say since me started me follow politics this is the first time I hear about BAWUMIA kind of cray. So when lose elections on the grounds of say Muslim. And of course NDC 1992 constitution led by late President Rawlings de Baye yemfoaso say ye ka say obi eye kremoni obi ye Christian intino onko we die manenko ye biemu mu bia o qualify akọ na BAWUMIA na ka say nim say when lose election on the grounds of say Muslim dia na wonim die nti o lose ye
okay
ni ti o lose ne say emra na me thank you to you almost started so mukwe me kan ho asem say mo na mo de ohaw abre Ghana fo na Ghana fo su na afi die aban papa bi aba ana se Ghana fo ato ama nipa foforo na se NDC aban na mo de hihye pegu akwan mu asisi Ghana fo na ho to mo nkakra na mo san ahoto ne se me ba ho na se wo san ka se wo ko thank you to wa na o ko da Ghana fo ase se o de 11 beto o mo so ana se o de bet stars beto o mo so ana se o ko da Ghana fo ase se emra na students nursing trainees and teacher trainees etwa mo salaries na yere kufuado ne nyame ye oni nyankopon ye meeting wo wiem okofa private jet ehun sensem nti that time wo na Ghana fo ho kire mo na mo ntumi ambo mo na aban fofora be ye o mafiri mu eno na mokoda omo ase so mato ama ndisi aban ya na se date na mokoda omo ase
say you respect the people of Ghana
who voted for them
no if those who voted so thank them
kasa na so respect the good people of Ghana adena oba odi omo to amanie mu you push a lot of youth
enra
wo be ye de wo mbeti me bacha me time wo mo be ye de wo mbeti
it is on record say BAWUMIA and lose the election because of so a Muslim because NDC abanya ka say the 1992 constitution by cry yemfoasa so na the nti lose ni say how are the Ghana for come me no youth they push the youth and as for Ghana below the poverty lines na omo ma adwuma nye yatoto fuel mu yatoto electricity mu o why say tax we about to so bet I mean we try yenya kakra from come sign the bet what you say it no ni na aka ho and no elections
we need to relax because it's their first 3 months in position so let's just wait
the 120 day contract social contract era Mahama sign with Ghanaians no yemfa contract na na enhwemu never 120 days no we are for a lot of them
at the right time you know as time goes on say so we definitely come in then 6 years so let me give each other 3 minutes the air so Airworth Chiman teaching hospital no what would you say about it 3 minutes sorry Tamale teaching hospital what would you say about 3 minutes
okay
me monitor my time
what I will say about it they say say Tamale teaching hospital wa menya sure say na omuhia say be suspend and say be remove
CEO no
the CEO
okay
logistics and equipment omuhia omon sankan enti na ma some operation facilities bi wa na operate
okay
so what they compare MPP government ye ba power yenhwe who is the CEO and ya kase onye na adwuma yi but we make sure say provisions omuhia provided and it's not buying by Kufuor by wo agenda 111 ohwe hospitals ahodo na wo sia very modern hospitals na government no hwe na wo ye we ye no free ho a ye ko hospital bi ye hu say hospital kro no omuhia renovations na provided those renovations in the metima bo hospitals ni bebre ade amam sanye manu na okwa ohwe say as a minister ewo ho take effect so wo hwe na so sanye manu nyina wo ho na say individual no and na enye na adwuma ya. That is where
you have the right to
question the person suddenly na woni ye. But here is the case whereby nipa no logistics never be wa onya nsuo kwa wa ye den ama wo nya nsuo. So what do? You provide the onya bitima mana ye adwuma no ye e de ama no. Ye wa ban mu doctors are na e strike, nurses e strike, but do say na otete no man nim. But to see amoba power ya you see Ghana Medical Association and the letter babonten e ka kire mu say mamom sa doctor na ma suspended and I say mo yi na free one
Adamatic
yes you no enye kwan so say yi ni free o e bibi no mu hia you provide that thing for them. That's what the government you do.
Okay,
so we can say we dey chede and we yi go for bebredi because ye tia na say o say metro me complete 30 notes na 30 notes a metro pen na me dey tro no ye ba akopra e better complete 30 notes entimi. So you should have checked omonye mo be here na wa provide no dia mom.
I think so omo letter no cry na before so be resume no omo list a whole lot of medical mamety for them for cry at the ansana. So meaning because they were lacking these things and
logistics and
na emma wo mo enjuma. Okay, we need ma won so 3 minutes.
Oh kan no cry
na I say Ira Kufuado, the NPP government was committed to say omobeshe say health sector no be blooming now or state agenda 111 na me say agenda 111 na omo kan we ye ka say hospital nye dan yesi ho aha ye we ye betumi e de intre abo anim sa aha ye hospital machines what I say ntumi nkosi dan bi ansi wo a machines ni mu a say hospital
dan be ni say machine
agenda 111 project na mayen hospital from Sesubo na from Sesubo na ka me say hospital we machines so my function e adwuma
mama fa nko trade there no bibia wo
e adwuma
they have
e adwuma
things so inti abanya ba no you need to employ
trade any there
ofori was there recently.
So he was there because he's doing it in favor of MPP. Also agenda 11 also we see 111 hospitals. Now me say bobo now about two now about the crowd they are not fully operational. Now better catch them say what achieve target. So we agenda 11.
Let's go back to what is going on in
now say yes I will come to that. Now I say health professionals and NPP town man go strike. You are by you Ghana Hana September 2024. Motrimen crack strike. Motrimen echo strike or wabaim. Oh, but now I say more time. We from go strike. I can say strike now. Tamale Teaching Hospital health professionals and say health workers number 1. I can now most Muslims say is stage out and I say co striker. I will see who say omo co strike because of them. First and foremost, say omo person omunya better working conditions. What I say. For me, I don't think say Omoko strike because they replace the CEO.
They went on the strike because of the disrespect.
You are turning
and so
that's all.
Before they would resume from Omoniamana aside Niema instruments they said the health minister needs to apologize to them. Before Ansan
needs to apologize to nurses,
the CEO, the doctors and the nurses over there.
CEO abanipa. CEO enye obi e ka say oye e kan say party ni ana CEO abanipa.
Yeah.
Into CEO any government na adwuma. CEO is CEO of Tamale Teaching Hospital. Under health minister. Health minister is under president. It is a boss aba wadwumem. Na say when who say due to your negligence obi ahwere ne nkwa. Na so confront wa e was on in the kasabasa.
Oh, I don't know.
The decision to remove the CEO no. A health minister and the president at their discretion because a health can say president
say imagine the whole northern region having just 4 ICU the whole northern region. So when I was starting me can be say the best Nanka health minister was anko ye ne say wo ba ye na wo be hu say eniema bi enko ye wo honom no e sanko no wo motena se. Okay, what is happening? What is going on? Or be on my list. This and this is what is making working conditions.
Now omunim say nyoma we na mo hia until say you remove CEO no unto say so okay say you provide and say what buy national school
let me tell you something.
Say remove CEO now.
Sometimes the nurses and the doctors say because ube complaining so sometimes they rather put their lives in danger to help save someone. Nipa no losing in life and you one first say one moment nipa no losing in life
but the American say
equipment weren't available.
Fine.
If equipment aren't available, am I the one supposed to provide the equipment? No. It's the health minister. You need to do something about it.
The reason
speaking anyhow.
The reason I Saki CEO no, it was on the ground to say, what supervise teaching hospital or mama will be losing a life, and they also will take full responsibility for that.
For so
and it say health minister about who CEO or hospital and also facility mashe negligence and will be a free more. I was so when I went out on the casa, one in the bye.
But the decision not sabotage,
and I say the decision because the person is your boss. Into the decision, I'm not saying that. Don't go there. Don't go there. Don't go there. Don't go there. Make the decision to suspend and that's the decision to remove CEO. President, EPA, obey appointed CEO, or obey remove CEO. Be on to me question. Because the CEO is acting, say, or the president, not say direct.
I know the.
It's any say BB politics and I say BB sir. Obey the anyway, so I link you with. Now be your doctor. Be your doctor. We see you. That's all no boss crack as I say. Imagine how on patients better sir.
And they help me.
So it is in the everything that NDC, anything NDC, you know, it is in the best interest of Ghanaians.
That's never true.
That's it.
What's in the best interest of Ghanaians?
I would agree with that.
If it's in the best interest of Ghanaians, I see there Doctors Association, Ababeka say, how Amosaki CEO is not the right way, and you need to even apologize. Is it in the interest of the Ghanaian people?
I cannot say provided the things
yes, he has provided or the amount, so I expect you to praise the government. I expect you to praise the health minister. Say, and your mom would buy it. Other thing, your mom could provide your mom.
The
reason is that
they are not operating. If you would allow the hospital to be there, then people are going to
say other hospitals, so must start renovations near there. When other hospitals are starting renovation.
They will do.
Government better machine amount. Now we see you in the management. More machine so no machine say. Now it's a government better for us. The kind of hospital.
Machine is machine. Machine can break down at any time.
But as management,
I say.
Papa send so no. Yet so yensa Efremo was showdown Jumedi so mobe kan ye ho eja. De akwaso o man Ghana MP before actually wo man dwe na NDC for so. Actually my lawyer fans mo amoto mo je bre ehwe showdown emre no enya ayabia ne saye peja ye mu yeda mu nyina so asem amode madwenche so fa comment section ase no mu nyina so yeda mase eye production team ne medo bibiara asema no and it's na MC honom edema ye executive producer and so eye Mr Daniel Yeboa producer so eye Hana ATP midi ene na ya so ametene mu edema wo fadan so nyame adoma Monday ye be sanso edi ehia same time 2 p.m. on the dot. Subscribe to the channel ema ye se de be ya Monday yetena sia unso ubehu de ekoso ewo o my Ghana makramo.